Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. How loud is the wind when it moves the mountains? How loud is the ocean as it carves the shore? The truth is, power doesn't need to announce itself. It doesn't demand attention or scream for recognition. True strength moves quietly with purpose and achieves greatness without the need for applause. That's the essence of working hard in silence. Silence provides a unique space for focus, clarity, and growth. In a world filled with constant distractions, notifications, and demands for attention, the ability to work quietly and deliberately becomes a powerful advantage. When you choose to work in silence, you create a space where your energy and attention are directed entirely toward your goals and ambitions. It's in this quiet space that you can truly listen to your own thoughts, prioritize what matters, and build a foundation for success. Working in silence removes the noise of external opinions. Too often, people seek validation from others, sharing their plans or achievements before they fully developed. This external input can sometimes derail your focus or fill your mind with doubts that have no place in your journey. Silence protects you from these influences, allowing you to maintain clarity about what you want and how to get there. It ensures that your decisions come from within, rooted in your purpose, and not shaped by the fleeting opinions of others. When you focus in silence, your energy is entirely directed toward action. Sharing your plans prematurely often gives a false sense of accomplishment. It feels good to hear praise for your ideas or ambitions, but it can take away the urgency to actually execute them. Silence eliminates that distraction. It keeps you grounded in the work itself, allowing you to make consistent progress without feeling the need to prove yourself at every step. The energy you save by not explaining yourself to others is channeled into moving forward. In silence, you have the freedom to experiment and fail without fear of judgment. Growth requires trial and error, and the process of learning can be messy. When you work quietly, you create an environment where you can make mistakes, adjust your approach, and grow without external scrutiny. This freedom is crucial because it fosters innovation and resilience. Silence gives you the courage to take risks and the grace to recover when things don't go as planned. Another powerful benefit of working in silence is the ability to concentrate deeply. In the absence of interruptions and distractions, you can immerse yourself fully in your tasks. Deep work allows you to tap into your creativity, solve complex problems, and produce your best results. The quiet focus you cultivate sharpens your mind and enhances your productivity, helping you achieve far more than you would in a noisy, attention-divided environment. Silence also teaches patience, a critical skill in the pursuit of any meaningful goal. Success doesn't happen overnight. It requires time, effort, and persistence. When you work in silence, you learn to trust the process and stay committed to your journey, even when progress feels slow or invisible. You understand that greatness is built step by step, and each quiet moment of effort is a brick in the foundation of your future success. Moreover, silence helps you maintain perspective. It's easy to get caught up in comparisons or feel pressure to keep up with others when you're constantly sharing or seeking feedback. Silence allows you to focus on your path without being distracted by what others are doing. It reminds you that your journey is unique, and the only person you need to compete with is the version of yourself from yesterday. This perspective keeps you grounded, motivated, and aligned with your true purpose. The power of silence lies in its ability to center you. It's not about hiding or avoiding the world. It's about creating a space where you can grow authentically and work with intention. It's about tuning out the noise and distractions so you can hear your inner voice and stay true to your vision. Silence is not an absence, it's a presence. It's a quiet, steady force that allows you to move forward with focus, strength, and determination. Ultimately, silence becomes your ally in the pursuit of excellence. It helps you filter out what doesn't matter and focus on what does. It allows you to build momentum and make meaningful progress without being slowed down by external influences. In silence, you discover the depths of your own potential and unlock the clarity and courage needed to achieve your goals. It's in this quiet, focused space that transformation begins and success becomes inevitable. In a society that often values appearances over substance, it's easy to fall into the trap of prioritizing performance over genuine progress. Real work, the kind that leads to meaningful growth and long-term success, doesn't come from putting on a show. It comes from consistent, focused effort behind the scenes. True progress is quiet, steady, and deeply personal. It's not something that needs to be broadcast or put on display for the approval of others. When you focus on progress instead of performance, your efforts become more intentional. You're no longer concerned with how things look to others. Instead, you're dedicated to the actual results. This mindset allows you to direct all your energy toward growth and achievement rather than being distracted by the need for external validation. Performance can be fleeting, a temporary moment in the spotlight, but progress is lasting. It builds a solid foundation that supports your goals, dreams, and future. Focusing on progress requires humility because it's about being honest with yourself about where you are and where you need to go. This honesty pushes you to acknowledge your weaknesses and embrace the work required to improve. It's not glamorous and it's not always easy, but it's real. The problem with prioritizing performance is that it can create a false sense of accomplishment. You may receive praise or admiration for appearances, but if the substance isn't there, it won't last. Progress, on the other hand, builds confidence from the inside out because you know the effort you've invested is real and meaningful. When you shift your focus to progress, you allow yourself to work at your own pace. Not every step forward needs to be big or dramatic. Sometimes it's the small, consistent efforts that lead to the most significant breakthroughs. There's no pressure to perform or keep up with anyone else because your journey is uniquely yours. Progress is about showing up every day and putting in the work, no matter how small the step. Over time, those small steps add up, creating a momentum that carries you closer to your goals. Progress also teaches you resilience. It's not always a straight line. There are setbacks, challenges, and moments of doubt. But when you're focused on real growth, you learn to see these obstacles as opportunities to learn and improve. Performance, by contrast, can crumble under pressure because it's not rooted in something solid. Progress gives you the strength to persevere because you're building something genuine step by step. One of the most significant benefits of focusing on progress is that it aligns with your values and purpose. When you're not performing for others, you're free to stay true to what matters most to you. Your efforts become a reflection of your passions and priorities, not a response to external expectations. This authenticity not only leads to more meaningful achievements, but also brings a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction that performance alone can't provide. Progress is also empowering because it's entirely within your control. You can't always control how others perceive your efforts or whether they applaud your performance, but you can control how hard you work and how much you grow. This sense of control allows you to take ownership of your journey and find pride in your accomplishments, no matter how small or unrecognized they may be by others. When you focus on progress, you free yourself from the need for constant approval. You're no longer chasing applause or worrying about how your actions will be judged. Instead, you're focused on the quiet, consistent work of becoming better every day. This shift in mindset is liberating. It allows you to find joy in the process itself, not just the end result. You begin to appreciate the journey, the lessons learned, and the person you're becoming along the way. Ultimately, focusing on progress over performance leads to a more authentic and fulfilling life. It allows you to grow in ways that are meaningful and sustainable. It ensures that your efforts are rooted in substance, not just appearances. And it gives you the freedom to pursue your goals with passion, dedication, and a clear sense of purpose. When you prioritize progress, you're not just chasing success, you're building it, one quiet step at a time. Working in silence not only helps you achieve your goals, but also builds character. It's in those quiet, unobserved moments of effort that your true self emerges. Character is not shaped in the spotlight, it's forged in the discipline, persistence, and humility required to keep moving forward when no one is watching. The quiet work you do away from applause and recognition is what strengthens your foundation and prepares you for the challenges ahead. Character is not about what others see. It's about who you are when no one is looking. In a world that often rewards showmanship, working in silence demands a different kind of strength. It requires you to stay committed to your purpose, even when there's no immediate reward or validation. This consistency teaches you the value of patience and the importance of trusting the process. It reminds you that success is not a single moment, but a series of choices and actions made over time. When you work quietly, you learn to depend on yourself. You stop seeking external validation and start building internal confidence. This self-reliance is a cornerstone of character. It teaches you to trust your abilities, your decisions, and your journey. You're no longer swayed by the opinions of others or the distractions of the world. Instead, you're guided by your own values and vision, which gives you a sense of purpose and direction that is unshakable. The quiet grind also teaches humility. When you're not working for applause, you're able to focus on the work itself rather than the recognition it might bring. This humility keeps you grounded and reminds you that the journey is bigger than any single accomplishment. It also helps you appreciate the value of hard work, both your own and that of others. You begin to see success not as something owed to you, but as something earned through persistence and effort. Discipline is another key element of character that develops when you work in silence. It takes discipline to stay consistent, to show up every day, and to push forward even when progress feels slow or invisible. This discipline becomes a habit, shaping your mindset and approach to challenges. It gives you the strength to keep going, even when the path is difficult, because you've trained yourself to focus on what matters and ignore what doesn't. Resilience is built in the quiet moments as well. When you face setbacks, failures, or obstacles, it's your character that helps you rise again. Working in silence teaches you to see these challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than as reasons to give up. It instills a mindset of perseverance where every setback becomes a stepping stone and every failure becomes a lesson. This resilience allows you to keep moving forward no matter what. Integrity is another aspect of character that grows when you work without an audience. When you're not performing for others, you're free to be true to yourself and your values. You're not tempted to cut corners or take shortcuts for the sake of appearances. Instead, you're committed to doing things the right way, even if it takes longer or goes unnoticed. This integrity becomes a core part of who you are, guiding your actions and decisions in every aspect of your life. Perhaps most importantly, working in silence builds confidence, not the fleeting confidence that comes from external praise, but a deep, lasting confidence that comes from knowing what you're capable of. Each quiet step forward, each challenge overcome, reinforces your belief in yourself. You realize that you don't need an audience to validate your efforts because the work itself is the reward. This self-assuredness becomes a source of strength, allowing you to face challenges and seize opportunities with courage and determination. Ultimately, the character you build through silent effort becomes the foundation for everything you achieve. It's what enables you to handle success with grace and adversity with resilience. It's what gives you the courage to take risks, the humility to keep learning, and the strength to keep going. When you work in silence, you're not just building a better future, you're building a better you. And that, more than anything, is what will carry you forward, no matter what challenges or opportunities come your way. When you commit to working hard in silence, you allow your results to speak for themselves. There's a unique power in letting your actions and accomplishments do the talking instead of constantly seeking acknowledgement or validation. Results carry an undeniable weight that words cannot match. They are the evidence of your dedication, focus, and effort, proof of your ability to deliver on your goals without the need for self-promotion. When results are the focus, the work becomes more authentic. You're no longer trying to craft an image or gain approval through talk. You're focused on substance. Talking about your intentions or plans can create the illusion of progress, but it doesn't bring you closer to achieving your goals. Real results come from consistent effort, discipline, and determination. They don't require explanation because they are self-evident. A person who quietly achieves something impactful commands respect without having to demand it. By focusing on results, you also avoid the trap of overpromising and underdelivering. Talking about your ambitions too much can set unrealistic expectations, and failing to meet them can undermine your credibility. When you let your results do the talking, there's no room for empty promises, just tangible outcomes that speak to your capabilities. This approach not only earns respect, but also builds trust, as others see you as someone who follows through on commitments without unnecessary fanfare. Results have a way of silencing critics and skeptics. In the early stages of your efforts, you may encounter doubt or discouragement from others who don't see your vision or understand your journey. Engaging with negativity or trying to prove yourself through words is often a waste of energy. Instead, Let your work and achievements be your response. Success is the loudest and most effective rebuttal to doubt. When the results become evident, the critics will have no choice but to acknowledge what you've accomplished. Allowing your results to speak also fosters a sense of humility. When you're not focused on seeking recognition, you stay grounded and focused on the process. This humility keeps you centered on what truly matters, the work itself. You're not distracted by the applause or approval of others, which can often be fleeting or superficial. Instead, you find fulfillment in the progress you're making and the milestones you're achieving, regardless of whether anyone is watching. Another advantage of letting your results do the talking is that it shifts your energy away from performing for others and toward improving yourself. You're no longer concerned with how your efforts appear to the outside world. Instead, you're focused on becoming better, refining your skills, and achieving meaningful goals. This internal focus leads to greater personal growth and more significant accomplishments because your energy is channeled into the work rather than external validation. This approach also teaches patience. Results often take time to materialize, especially when working towards something meaningful or ambitious. When you commit to letting your results speak, you accept that the process requires time and effort. You understand that success isn't about instant gratification or quick wins, it's about sustained effort over time. This patience builds resilience as you learn to stay committed to your journey, even when progress seems slow or invisible. As your results begin to accumulate, they naturally command attention and respect. You don't need to seek recognition because your achievements will draw it to you. Genuine success is magnetic. It captures people's attention without you having to chase it. This kind of recognition is more powerful and lasting because it's based on tangible outcomes rather than words or appearances. People respect those who quietly deliver results because it reflects a sense of discipline, integrity, and competence. Ultimately, letting your results speak for themselves ensures that your success is built on a solid foundation. It's not about fleeting applause or temporary recognition. It's about creating something lasting and meaningful. The work you do in silence becomes the evidence of your commitment, effort, and ability. And when the results come, they won't just speak, they'll resonate, inspiring others and proving to yourself what you're truly capable of. This quiet, steady approach to success is not only more rewarding, but also more sustainable, as it's rooted in authenticity and hard work rather than superficial approval. Working hard in silence cultivates focus, allowing you to channel your energy into what truly matters without distractions. In a world that constantly demands attention, staying focused is a rare and powerful skill. When you prioritize silence over external validation, you create a mental space where you can concentrate on your goals with clarity and purpose. This focus becomes a driving force, helping you maintain steady progress even when the journey is long or the challenges are complex. Distractions are everywhere, and they often come disguised as productivity. It's easy to get caught up in sharing updates, explaining your plans, or seeking feedback too early in the process. These actions may seem helpful, but they can dilute your focus and scatter your energy. When you work in silence, you eliminate the noise and protect your time and mental bandwidth for what truly matters. You're no longer wasting energy trying to manage perceptions or explain your efforts to others. Instead, you're investing all of it into the work itself. Focus is about discipline. It requires you to resist the temptation to seek immediate gratification or recognition. This can be challenging, especially in a society that values instant results and quick acknowledgement. However, when you commit to working silently, you learn to appreciate the deeper satisfaction that comes from dedicating yourself fully to the process. You understand that the work you're doing is not about impressing others, but about achieving something meaningful and lasting. This shift in mindset allows you to stay disciplined and consistent, even when the rewards are not immediate. Another benefit of silent focus is that it helps you maintain momentum. When you're not constantly pausing to share updates or seek approval, you can stay in the flow of your work. This uninterrupted focus enables you to dive deeper into your tasks and make more significant progress. Over time, this momentum builds, creating a sense of accomplishment and motivation that propels you forward. You begin to see the results of your consistent effort, and this reinforces your commitment to the process. Working in silence also helps you avoid unnecessary comparisons. When you're focused on your own journey, you're less likely to be distracted by what others are doing or achieving. Comparing yourself to others can lead to feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt, which can derail your progress. By keeping your head down and staying focused on your own work, you protect yourself from these negative influences. You realize that your path is unique and your success doesn't need to look like anyone else's. This understanding allows you to stay true to your goals and priorities, free from the pressure of outside expectations. Focus also enhances creativity and problem solving. When you're deeply engaged in your work without external distractions, your mind has the freedom to explore new ideas and approaches. You're able to think more critically and creatively because your mental energy is not being pulled in multiple directions. This creative focus often leads to breakthroughs and innovations that wouldn't be possible in a noisy, distracted environment. Silence becomes a tool for unlocking your potential and discovering solutions that might otherwise go unnoticed. One of the most powerful aspects of focus-diffused, silent work is the sense of control it gives you. When you're in charge of your own progress and not relying on external validation, you feel empowered. You're no longer at the mercy of others' opinions or approval, which can be unpredictable and fleeting. Instead, you take ownership of your efforts and outcomes. This sense of control builds confidence and reinforces your belief in your ability to achieve your goals through your own determination and focus. The practice of working silently also cultivates patience. When you're not focused on showing immediate results, you're more willing to invest the time and effort needed to create something meaningful. You understand that success is a journey, not a race, and you're willing to take the time to do things right. This patience allows you to approach your work with care and intention, ensuring that the results you achieve are not only impressive but also sustainable. Ultimately, silent focus is about creating a space where you can thrive. It's about shutting out the noise and distractions of the world so you can fully commit to your goals and aspirations. This focus allows you to work with purpose and clarity, building a foundation for success that is rooted in authenticity and effort. When you dedicate yourself to working quietly and consistently, you discover the power of your own focus, and that power becomes the key to achieving greatness. Working in silence empowers you to remain true to your values and intentions, free from the distractions and expectations of others. It creates an environment where you can align your actions with your principles without feeling the pressure to conform or explain yourself. This freedom to act authentically fosters a deeper connection with your goals and ensures that the path you follow is one you truly believe in. Staying silent about your progress and intentions reduces the influence of external opinions. Too often, people allow the judgments or skepticism of others to sway their choices or alter their course. When you focus on your work privately, you shield yourself from these distractions. This gives you the space to think clearly and make decisions based on your own understanding rather than trying to meet someone else's expectations. You learn to trust your instincts and have faith in your abilities, which builds confidence and self-assurance. Silence also protects your energy. Sharing your plans and ideas too early can invite unsolicited advice, criticism, or negativity that drains your motivation. People may not always understand your vision, and their reactions might discourage you. By keeping your work private, you conserve your energy and stay focused on what matters most, taking action and making progress. You learn to value your time and effort, prioritizing what brings you closer to your goals rather than being sidetracked by unnecessary conversations or debates. This approach also helps you maintain control over your narrative. When you speak too much about your plans or accomplishments, you give others the opportunity to form opinions or even misunderstand your intentions. Silence allows you to retain control over how your story unfolds. When the results of your hard work speak for themselves, the story is clear, undeniable, and entirely your own. You don't need to justify or explain because the outcomes are self-explanatory. Another benefit of silent work is that it reduces pressure. Talking openly about your goals can sometimes create a sense of obligation or fear of failure. When others know what you're working toward, you may feel an added weight to meet their expectations. This pressure can become overwhelming and distract you from the actual work. By keeping your efforts private, you free yourself from this burden. You're no longer working to satisfy an audience. You're working for yourself and your own fulfillment. This shift allows you to focus fully on the process rather than the perception. Integrity thrives in silence. Without the need for external validation, you're free to focus on doing what's right rather than what's popular or expected. You're less likely to cut corners or compromise your principles when no one is watching. This commitment to authenticity ensures that your success is built on a solid foundation, one that reflects your true values and effort. Silent work keeps you grounded, reminding you that the journey is just as important as the destination. Privacy also allows you to stay flexible. When your goals and plans are kept to yourself, you have the freedom to adjust your course as needed without worrying about what others might think. Publicly shared intentions can feel rigid, locking you into a specific path even when it no longer serves your best interests. Working silently lets you evolve and adapt as you learn and grow. This flexibility ensures that your journey remains aligned with your purpose, even as circumstances change. One of the most rewarding aspects of working silently is the sense of ownership it fosters. When your progress and accomplishments are the result of your own focused effort, without external input or interference, you feel a deep sense of pride and satisfaction. This ownership reinforces your belief in your abilities and motivates you to continue striving for more. You're no longer chasing approval or recognition. You're working for the intrinsic reward of achieving something meaningful. In the end, working in silence is about staying true to yourself. It's about protecting your vision, focusing your energy, and aligning your actions with your values. It allows you to work with clarity, purpose, and integrity, free from distractions and external pressures. When you honor the quiet, you create space for growth, creativity, and achievement. And when the time comes, your results will speak volumes, not just about what you've accomplished, but about the strength, authenticity, and perseverance it took to get there.